Imagine standing before a bush that burns but is not consumed, hearing the voice of God commanding you to lead an entire nation to freedom. This is the extraordinary journey of Moses, a man whose life was marked by miracles, challenges, and unwavering faith. Join us as we delve into the captivating story of Moses, from his days as a prince of Egypt to his role as the liberator of the Israelites. Welcome to Bible Characters Unlocked, where we unlock the fascinating stories and hidden trivia behind the Bible's most iconic characters. Today, we explore the life of Moses, a figure whose legacy continues to inspire millions. From his miraculous birth to his divine calling, Moses' journey is one of faith, courage, and unwavering leadership. Let's dive in. Our story begins in ancient Egypt, where the Israelites were enslaved by the Pharaoh. In a desperate attempt to save her son from the Pharaoh's decree to kill all male Hebrew infants, Jochebed places her baby, Moses, in a basket and sets him afloat on the Nile. Moses' sister Miriam watches over him from a distance. The basket is discovered by Pharaoh's daughter, who takes pity on the child and decides to raise him as her own. Thus begins Moses' extraordinary journey. Interestingly, the name Moses means drawn out of the water, reflecting his miraculous rescue. This event sets the stage for his future role as a deliverer of his people. Moses grows up in the palace, enjoying the privileges of royalty, but his heart remains with his people, the Israelites. One day, he witnesses an Egyptian overseer beating a Hebrew slave. In a moment of righteous anger, Moses intervenes and kills the overseer. Fearing for his life, Moses flees Egypt and finds refuge in the land of Midian. There, he marries Zipporah, the daughter of Jethro, and becomes a shepherd. But his destiny is far from over. During his time in Midian, Moses learns humility and patience, qualities that will be crucial in his future leadership. His experience as a shepherd also prepares him for guiding the Israelites through the wilderness. While tending his flock, Moses encounters a burning bush that is not consumed by the flames. There, the angel of the Lord appeared to him in flames of fire from within a bush. Moses saw that though the bush was on fire, it did not burn up. So Moses thought, "I will go over and see this strange sight, why the bush does not burn up." When the Lord saw that he had gone over to look, God called to him from within the bush, "Moses, Moses." And Moses said, "Here I am." Exodus chapter 3, verses 2 through 4. From the bush, God speaks to Moses, revealing his divine plan. God commands Moses to return to Egypt and lead the Israelites out of slavery. Moses is initially reluctant, feeling unworthy and unprepared for such a monumental task. But God assures him of his presence and power, promising signs and wonders to convince the Pharaoh and the Israelites. God also provides Moses with a helper, his brother Aaron, who will speak on his behalf. This divine support underscores the importance of Moses' mission and God's unwavering commitment to his people. Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh and said, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. Let my people go, so that they may hold a festival to me in the wilderness." Exodus chapter 5, verse 1. Moses and his brother Aaron return to Egypt and confront the Pharaoh, demanding the release of the Israelites. When the Pharaoh refuses, God unleashes a series of 10 devastating plagues upon Egypt. So the Lord said to Moses, "Tell Aaron, take your staff and stretch out your hand over the waters of Egypt, over the streams and canals, over the ponds and all the reservoir sand. They will turn to blood. The fish in the Nile will die, and the river will stink. The Egyptians will not be able to drink its water." Exodus chapter 7, verse 19. From the Nile turning to blood to the death of the firstborn, each plague is a testament to God's power and a call for the Pharaoh to let his people go. Finally, after the 10th plague, the Pharaoh relents, and the Israelites are freed. The plagues not only demonstrate God's power, but also serve as judgments against the Egyptian gods. For example, the Nile turning to blood challenges the Egyptian god of the Nile, Hapi. The Israelites leave Egypt, guided by Moses, but the Pharaoh has a change of heart and pursues them with his army. Trapped between the advancing Egyptians and the Red Sea, the Israelites cry out to God. Then Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and all that night the Lord drove the sea back with a strong east wind, and turned it into dry land. The waters were divided, and the Israelites went through the sea on dry ground, with a wall of water on their right and on their left. Exodus chapter 14, verses 21 through 22. In one of the most miraculous events in biblical history, God parts the Red Sea, allowing the Israelites to cross on dry land. As the Egyptians follow, the waters close over them, drowning the entire army. The Israelites are saved, and their journey to the Promised Land begins. The crossing of the Red Sea is a pivotal moment that symbolizes God's deliverance and the beginning of the Israelites' journey to freedom. It also foreshadows the future baptism of believers, representing a passage from death to life. During their journey, the Israelites camp at the foot of Mount Sinai. Moses ascends the mountain and receives the 10 Commandments from God, a set of divine laws that will guide the Israelites in their new life. The 10 Commandments are a cornerstone of Jewish and Christian faith, embodying the moral and ethical principles that God desires for His people. But the journey is far from over, and Moses faces many more challenges ahead. And God spoke all these words, "I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself an image in the form of anything in heaven above or on the earth beneath, or in the waters below. You shall not bow down to them or worship them. For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, punishing the children for the sin of the parents to the 3rd and 4th generation of those who hate me, but showing love to 1,000 generations of those who love me and keep my commandments." Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 6. The 10 Commandments cover a range of moral and religious principles, from honoring God to respecting one's parents and neighbors. They serve as a foundation for ethical living and worship. While Moses is on Mount Sinai receiving the 10 Commandments, the Israelites grow impatient and demand that Aaron create a golden calf to worship. This act of idolatry angers God and tests Moses' leadership. Upon returning from the mountain, Moses is furious at the sight of the golden calf. He smashes the tablets of the 10 Commandments and rebukes the Israelites for their disobedience. This event highlights the ongoing struggle between faith and idolatry. When the people saw that Moses was so long in coming down from the mountain, they gathered around Aaron and said, "Come, make us gods who will go before us. As for this fellow Moses who brought us up out of Egypt, we don't know what has happened to him." Aaron answered them, "Take off the gold earrings that your wives, your sons and your daughters are wearing, and bring them to me." So all the people took off their earrings and brought them to Aaron. He took what they handed him and made it into an idol cast in the shape of a calf, fashioning it with a tool. Then they said, "These are your gods, Israel, who brought you up out of Egypt." Exodus chapter 32, verses 1 through 4. The golden calf incident serves as a reminder of the Israelites' tendency to fall into idolatry and the importance of remaining faithful to God. It also underscores Moses' role as a mediator between God and His people. The Lord said to Moses, "You are going to rest with your ancestors, and these people will soon prostitute themselves to the foreign gods of the land they are entering. They will forsake me and break the covenant I made with them, and in that day I will become angry with them and forsake them. I will hide my face from them, and they will be destroyed. Many disasters and calamities will come on them, and in that day they will ask, 'Have not these disasters come on us because our God is not with us?' And I will certainly hide my face in that day, because of all their wickedness in turning to other gods." Deuteronomy chapter 31, verses 16 through 18. The Israelites wander in the desert for 40 years, facing trials and tribulations along the way. Despite their doubts and rebellions, Moses remains steadfast in his faith and leadership, guiding them towards the Promised Land. Though Moses himself does not enter the Promised Land, his legacy lives on. His faith, courage, and unwavering dedication to God's will make him one of the most revered figures in biblical history. The 40 years of wandering serve as a period of testing and refinement for the Israelites. It is a time of learning to trust God and prepare for the challenges and blessings of the Promised Land. And that's the extraordinary life of Moses, from his miraculous birth to his divine calling and leadership. His story is a testament to faith, courage, and the power of God's will. We hope you enjoyed this journey through Moses' life. and learn something new along the way. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories and biblical trivia. Leave your thoughts and questions in the comments below. And join us next time as we continue to unlock the hidden gems of the Bible. Until then, stay blessed.